Have you ever wondered why something so fleeting can have such power over you? Why a single thought, glance, an impulse can pull your mind into chaos as if it were a storm summoned by a whisper? It begins so softly, almost imperceptibly, like mist curling through the cracks of your discipline. But then it grows, shapes itself into forms your mind craves, attaches itself to memories, fantasies, needs you never gave permission to grow. And before you know it, you're not just watching your thoughts, you are obeying them. What if I told you that the most seductive force you will ever face isn't a person, but a phantom of your own undisciplined desire? That lust isn't about beauty or chemistry or some cosmic draw between soul sits about your failure to govern your own soul. Epictetus didn't mince words when he said that freedom is the only worthy goal in life. And yet here you are, shackled not by chains, but by cravings that own you. Lust whispers that it offers pleasure, intimacy, escape, but in truth, it offers slavery. The Stoic sees what the crowd ignores. That indulging desire does not liberate you. It makes you obedient to impulse, to biology, to fleeting shadows. You say you want to be strong, unshakable, impenetrable. Then how is it that a glance, a memory, or a flickering image can bring you to your knees? The Roman emperors had armies, palaces, and yet even they weren't immune. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Is a cucumber bitter? Then throw it away. Are there brambles in the path? Step aside." He was talking about discipline in all forms. Lust doesn't knock you down, it seduces you into kneeling. And you call that freedom? You call that strength? A Stoic sees through the mask. Behind the thrill is emptiness. Behind the moment is the aftermath regret, the hollow victory, the slow corrosion of self-trust. The appetite never truly wants to be fed. It wants to dominate. And each time you yield, you teach it that you are weak, that you are negotiable. You don't kill lust by repression. You conquer it by replacing it with purpose, with virtue, with a standard so high that temporary indulgence feels like an insult. Seneca warned us, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." Lust is your adversity, not because it is evil, but because it is unworthy, because it keeps you from the mountain you were meant to climb. The discipline to deny yourself what you can have is rarer and more powerful than the ability to take what you want. When was the last time you said no out of guilt or fear, but out of strength? When was the last time you walked away, not because you were told to, but because you chose clarity over chaos? Desire pulls you into the fog. Only reason can lead you out. Remember what the Stoics taught. You are not your body. You are not your urges. You are not your thoughts. You are the commander of them. But only if you choose to be. This battle is silent. No applause, no trophies, just you in the dark when no one is watching, deciding whether your highest self is worth more than a moment's pleasure. The world will call you strange for walking away. Let them. Marcus said, "If it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it." That's the creed of the Stoic. And it applies not just to actions, but to thoughts. If fantasizing about her, about him, about them doesn't lead you toward virtue, then cast it out like poison. Would you drink something sweet that you knew was killing you? Then why do you entertain fantasies that corrupt your will? There is nothing noble in being owned by hunger. The wolf that always feeds eventually becomes the hunted. The Stoic trains to be the master of himself, so that even if beauty stands before him naked, he can see beyond the skin. He sees a soul, or he sees a trap. He asks, will this bring me closer to eudaimonia, to that invincible happiness rooted in virtue? If the answer is no, then there is nothing more to consider. Walk away, rise above. That is the Stoic secret: not suppression, but substitution, not shame, sovereignty. Choose discomfort in the moment over disgrace in your own eyes. Choose emptiness now to fill your life with meaning later. Choose to fight because each victory sharpens your soul, and if you fall, because you will rise with deeper conviction. Seneca again. It is not that we are given a short life, but that we make it short. How much of your life have you wasted chasing shadows that vanish when you reach for them? Don't you see it? Lust is the illusion that something outside of you can complete what is broken within. But the Stoic knows nothing external can heal you. You do not need another body to feel whole. You need to remember who you are when your soul is clear. You need silence, stillness, and the unbreakable gaze into your own depths. Every time you resist, you become more of who you were meant to be. Every time you obey reason instead of instinct, you step closer to that rarest of states' inner freedom. So the next time lust comes knocking, don't fight it with guilt. Fight it with pride. The pride of a man or woman who knows their worth, who has bled for their principles, who has built a fortress where others have built sandcastles. Walk away not because you must, but because you can. Because you finally understand. To be owned by lust is to be less than human. Conquer itis to become divine.